I wasn't doing anything. I wasn't giving back anything. I was just there. I was a number. And the issue was I didn't know how to get from that thought to what I really was feeling. I just had that really uncomfortable in the middle of my stomach that we all raise our hands about. So I did the scream out loud. I went home and I started writing notes on the board. And some of my notes were, be a doctor. Now, I was well over the age of starting med school. And I called a mentor and he told me I was crazy. He said, no, you're not gonna be a doctor. I said, well, I gotta do something. And I said, well, why can't I be a teacher? Teachers teach, they go to work, they have an occupation and they teach, but as a business person, it's just like, I do business. Like, I don't do kids, I don't do dentistry, I don't do doctorry. So I felt like I didn't have a path of expansion, and I was a business person. I knew I had goals, I knew I wanted to reach them, but I didn't know how or what. So I decided to go to school. I decided to go back and get my master's degree. Not as easily said, or not as easily done as said, because I couldn't remember basic math, no joke. So my husband had to drill me over, okay, 9 plus 9, 9 plus 8. And he had it. I mean, he's just jamming. He was an economics major. And he was in school already. So that didn't put any pressure on me. He was in his master's program. And he's like, oh, you can get it, babe, come on. And I'm doing literally basic math. Math that my 5-year-old is doing right now. Couldn't figure out the numbers. And I would take my master's test, the test to get into grad school. I failed. And I said, oh, they messed up. And, but I fell asleep on the test, so I figured that was it. But I took it again, fell asleep again. Took it again, failed every time. And so I failed every time. I decided I'm just going to go to the office of the dean and talk to him because I have goals. I didn't know what they were, but I need to be in this program. So I went to the program, dean, and I said, you need to have me. You need more women in your program. You need more black women in your program. And he's like, well, let me look at your score. Initially. So I had a goal. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to have a path, a career path. Still didn't know what. But on my wall I wrote, be a president. I had asked my boss at that current company, I was still at that company, I said, I want to be a president someday. What do you think? And he said, well, honestly, you're great. You do great. You make great money. I was making 6 figures. Young, very young person, making 6 figures. I was doing very good. I was at it. I had passion. He said, but I think you should just kind of be good with where you are. Why do you want more? Presidents, vice presidents, even vice presidents only happens to 5% of Americans. That's what he told me. So that was the day that I decided to quit because he wasn't supporting me. He wasn't in my backyard, cheering me on. I call them front row seaters. I decided that, okay, so president possibly wouldn't happen. I had the next line, empower women. Then I wrote, powered to empower. Then I wrote, own a foundation. Be the president of that foundation. Own a business. Be a president of a business. And it started coming to me like, wait a minute, because I had been there 12 years. I felt like that was it, and if not that, then nothing. But I started drilling down to, oh, there's something here. So I started opening businesses at that point. Still in school, still working. And one of the businesses that my husband helped me work with was, we made chocolates. We dipped them in chocolate. We dipped strawberries in chocolates, and we delivered them. We had one order. We ate half the order before we shipped it. We learned that was not the business for us. I decided, well, my family likes chicken. I asked one of my professors, what about me opening like a chicken shack? And maybe we have like people that are exciting and come to your table. And as I was introducing the idea, my professor said, bad idea, try something else. So I said, okay. So I can't fry chicken anyway. I like to eat it, but I cannot cook it, so I figured bad idea. We tried a photo branding. I came up with that name. That means taking pictures But I called it photo branding. That didn't do so well. Next, and this was important for me, I took labels like stickers and I would iron them on clothes and deliver them. And some things started coming to fruition. People were paying me for this. Now the other things, not so much. It was more like, I'll give it a shot and we really didn't pay for it. But I started getting $50 per piece. I would buy the product at a local store for $5 and I would add something to it. Then I would resell it and they would buy it. And I thought, okay, let's see what we can do about this. So I did that. I bought more products. I sold more products, but I thought this isn't really what I like. So I think my body type had changed, yeah? So right before I got pregnant, my body started developing and being different, and I got more curves, and as I curved out, my bra types changed. They weren't as cute as they used to be. And I got a little frustrated about that, so I had a lot of frustration. Frustration is good. Be frustrated. It develops and it delivers. So I was frustrated by my body type, frustrated by my intimates. Then I went to an intimate store. I didn't see anybody in the store look like me. I didn't see anybody on the walls that looked like me. So I got frustrated with that. And I said, okay. Went home and said, honey, what do you think about starting a lingerie company? And he looked at me. He said, well, and we're like good, deep, grown-up Methodist, Pentecostal, Baptist, Christians. And he's like, yeah, he's trying, I think in his head, trying to figure out how he's gonna explain this to his family, which we still are trying to figure that out. So we decided to enter a business plan competition. We did, and remember the whole master's program, trying to get in. We failed the competition. We failed 3 different competitions. 3 failures is like my key. We failed 3 competitions, and we finally, we almost gave up. We have never to this point won. It's kind of sad, right? So the GMATs, I don't have a winning story like, yay, I passed one day because I studied really, really hard. Yay, I did so many business plan competitions and I wrote such a good plan and I won a bunch of money. I failed every one of them. I failed every one of those and every one of these. But my point is that I kept pushing. I kept going for it. I had an idea, which we've written out. I had an idea. So I got a call about this idea from a friend, and well, we decided that maybe we go forward with this. I started talking to my friends about it, which I suggest share with your friends what you're interested possibly in doing. Even if they tell you you're crazy, still try it. So we discussed the idea. I talked to my husband. We discussed the idea. We decided that this was real. I don't care what anybody else says. We should still go for it. So we took money from, remember that iron-on business? Yeah? So that led to another contract of me building websites. I cannot build a website to this day. I don't know what I was doing. I did like the help desk on how to build a 1, 2, 3 website, and she paid me to do it. It's terrible. And to this day, I pray that she forgives me for what I did to her. But she gave me $5,000 to do her website. So my initial point on this web page that you don't see was use idea B to maybe pay for idea A. So maybe I wanted a company. Maybe I wanted to be big, bold, powerful, but maybe I couldn't do it yet. I didn't know anything about lingerie. Everybody told me bad idea. But I knew how to build a website. I knew how to sell things, clothing. I knew how to make strawberries and eat them. Those were my ideas. I didn't know how to start a lingerie company. I did not. I didn't have any friends in the business. I come from a small city. I come from a small family. My mother was a teen mom. My great aunt raised me. So I didn't have like the hookup. I didn't have a silver spoon. I had an idea. So I took that idea and decided I would still go for it. And what we did is we took one of those business plan competitions and we sat on it, we rearranged it, We took the $5,000, invested it, which is invested it in ourselves. We reinvested that whole $5,000 into a website that I did not build. I paid someone to build a website, urbanintimates.com. We paid for urbanintimates.com, which no one wanted to do anything with those words, so we didn't have to pay or fight for it. But then we get a letter in the mail from Abercrombie and Fitch that they felt like we were infringing upon their trademark. And I thought, okay, so when you don't think you're up to anything, someone is watching you. And I cried, a lot of cries. Today, now, I still cry. I don't let my friends know it though, but I cried. I cried, ugly cry. I can't do my business. I finally figured the business out. I can't do it anymore. And I looked at that idea. I looked at that thought that they came against us, and I said, that must mean I'm up to something. I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna fight this. So I reached out to trademark and patents and said, I'm this little bitty, sweet, innocent woman. I don't have no lawyer, I only have $5,000 and I used that already. Can you help me? Abercrombie and Fitch, the big gorilla in the room, is trying to take my business name. And they helped. He said, and there's so many resources out there. He said, because you don't have a lawyer, because you're a sole proprietor, you're the only business owner and worker in your company, we'll fight for you. They fought. I won. Wow. What? Against Abercrombie and Fitch. So that was like, Right after that, and things kind of happened in circles for us. Right after that business plan competition that I failed, somebody was on the board. And they said, have you heard of Macy's? And I said, I have. And they said, did you know that they were starting a program for companies like yours? And they said, I know you didn't do so well with our business plan competition because actually we didn't tell you this, but we were looking for a technology company. Why did you tell me that in the first place? And they said, and you're a fashion company, but, take that same plan, that same idea, and send it over to Macy's. They're looking for people like you. People like me. They're looking for women-owned businesses that have companies that want to sell to them. I said, oh, you said no, huh? So I did. I filled out the application. My husband did. He filled out the application. We had just had our baby. He was 3 months old. Our application got picked. I didn't know there were 13,000 other applicants. And it's no math on the test, so it was good. I was good. But I can do a little bit of math, and I got in that room and I saw a whole table about this long with all little bitty name tags of all the people they were interviewing. It was over 195 people they interviewed. By that point, we just saw the Steve Harvey show. So the story I tell there is I went to an event when we were pregnant with my son, looking for him, and at the top of the stairs was the Essence lady when I was trying to reach Steve. And at that time, I was still on idea phase. I was still there. But I was dreaming, I was dreaming, and I desired. That's our deep dream, desire. So I was dreaming and desiring, and she felt that. She felt it a mile away, even though I was really, really sad. And she put me in the magazine. Here's how crazy things can be when you just dream and desire about an idea. That one magazine ad had one bra that I had designed. That one bra was the only bra I had. They put it in the magazine. I take that magazine that happened to launch on stands that day that I did my interview amongst all the names on the table. And I stand in front of Macy's and remember that passion. I literally had to bring that back. Because I'm like, okay, I don't know anything about fashion. I'm in Macy's headquarters. I'm on 34th Street. I know dreams come true on 34th Street, so Lord, come on through. So I was there. And I said, okay, I got a magazine. I'm in Essence. Here's the bra. Yes, it's just one. Literally. Here it is. Come on. I believe women with curves deserve to be sexy. They deserve to be beautiful. I'm a woman with curves. I want to feel sexy. I want to feel beautiful. And they were just kind of like, this is not the G-Man, baby. You're good, you're good. But I was so passionate because I had been through failure before. 2 times now. And I just kind of wasn't having it anymore. You know what I'm saying? You get that where you just not having it. My A, an idea, is at the bottom. When you're very creative, you're a little dyslexic. So A is at the bottom. That is attitude. Have a little bit of it. It's okay. You have to have it. You have to have it. And if you don't have it, remember it. You got it. It's in there somewhere. Pull it out. Have that passion and that attitude for what it is you dream and desire. I didn't have any money to pay her. The money we had, we were paying our bills and living. So I decided to take out a credit card. Do not write that down. Do not do that. Trust me, it's a bad idea. It will kill your credit. But I did it a lot. I'll tell you all about it. So I took out a credit card and I paid her to teach me what she knows. I went to her house. She invited me to come. She was like, oh, you're going to pay? I'm good. So I paid her. And don't be afraid to invest in yourself. Don't be afraid to do something to get where you want to go. $40 million valuation. Because I wasn't afraid to take out a credit card. My parents couldn't do that. My mom didn't even communicate with me. My dad, he was trying to do his thing. My aunt, she's a school teacher and retiring, so I couldn't do that. So, took out a credit card, paid her, completed it, and for 3 days or 4 days, 3 nights, I stayed in her basement with her dog, with my, it was 6-month-old son. I wouldn't suggest it, but if you gotta do what you gotta do, you gotta do what you gotta do. It was interesting. We stayed there, and she taught with us, because he was right there at my knee. I wouldn't let him leave, right? So he playing with stuff, and I'm learning about building lingerie. Macy's, and I said, well, babe, no, but I did learn one thing, and that was that I can do it, because she did it. Remember, that's what I told her I wanted to, and I walked away with what I paid for. I can do it. No one can tell me that I can't. That's what I walked away with. So, we decided if we could certainly do it, I would say to that point, because it's so important and it's so pivotal to becoming worth $40 million in valuation to people. It's so important to be cemented in who you are, and what you are, and what you bring, and why you bring it. It's extremely important, because when the wind blows, when the breakers dash, holding fast, you got to hold fast to what you're here for. So that when my GMAT is saying that I can't do math, when my school teachers are telling me, no, that's a bad idea, when my husband has told me plenty of times, baby, maybe rethink that, I can stand fast and hold to the fact, oh, we're gonna do this. And I can look him dead in his eye and say, oh, yes, we will. Because I saw somebody do it. It can be done. So, long story short, I convinced them. We flew to China. Now, that took a lot of convincing over there to get all the way across the world. We had never flown to China. How did I do that? That does not just happen. I Googled, literally. I Googled China. I Googled what language do they speak in China, because I need to learn it. Didn't learn it quick enough, so I took my Google Translator. How do you go to the bathroom? How much is that? Where's your local factory? These are true stories. The point of why I think I'm being used in this opportunity to speak to you and to others is because I'm just so normal. I come from such a normal opportunity, and I made it happen. I'm not like, I don't know, people that are there and then they just want to go a little bit more there. I worked hard in high school. I worked hard in college. I just wanted more. That burning desire, always. So, we flew to China, found some factories. A lot of them laughed at me, because what the sentence that I would say is, I'm going to be a Macy's someday. You should work with me. And some people realized that I was not in Macy's, and because they were going to pick us up, because we didn't know how to get there to different factories. And some of them did not pick us up, and we were waiting at the door for our factory to pick us up to talk to them about our potential business, and some did not after they Googled anywhere or anything. But some did. Some spoke with us, they shared with us, they gave us lots of food and tons of food, and they treated me and my husband and my son very well. And we got that style made, and that style was terrible. It was the one style that I designed with her and brought over to them, and they made it, and it turned out terrible. I I didn't know where to go from there. I showed it to Macy's and said, I'm ready now, where's my order? And they said, no, that's ugly, try again. So I tried again, went to another trade show, tried to find another factory, couldn't find one. And I would say about 3 times I went through this process. And I was on a flight back from a trade show, and I had just about had it. And I called these white flag moments, because I always feel like I'm just like, okay. But I feel like when I wave my white flag, something hears me. And that white flag can go a little bit like this and go a little bit like this. However you want your white flag moment to be. Mine was just kind of like, oh, I can't take it anymore. So I sat on the airplane from a trade show. And I was nearly there, where I was ready to give up. And I sat next to a man and said, what's wrong? Kind of like that same lady at the top of the stairs saying, what's wrong? So it's okay to have a little spirit and to be upset. I was upset. I couldn't find anybody to make good product. In my heart, I knew what I wanted in my head, but I couldn't translate it. I knew nothing about design. I knew no factories, but I had a potential opportunity. So I sat next to a guy that said what's wrong, and that guy happened to be sourcing director for Hagar Pants. Come on. Drop the mic, right? I said, get out of here, you do what? And so my frown turned upside down, and he said, yes, I can help you. Show me your stuff. Show me your design. Show me this. Show me that. Matter of fact, how about you come to my office, you and your husband, let me show you around. Let me show you what I do. Let me show you how we do business. Let me just lay this all out for you. And I'm thinking, glory, hallelujah, thank you. So I was so excited. We took him up on the offer. It was free, so I felt like that money I paid her is starting to pay off because I was still in the game. So he showed us what he does. We kept designing, we kept trying with his help, with others' help, because he then introduced us to someone at JCPenney. And then they introduced us to someone that brings in products and takes out products, imports and exports. And we just start meeting people. And it started working out. And you know what they kept saying to each other? Via email, when they copied me to introduce me to someone, I have a lady that has an idea, right? And she's super excited. She's got a lot of attitude. And she's willing to get educated. And she's a big dreamer. She's got a desire. Let's help her. I just kept seeing that. So be willing to be all those things in that acronym, because people want to connect with you. They want to. Maybe some people don't want to leave corporate. They want to help people that are excited to go start a job. So that's what happened to me. We finally found some help. We found people that could help us design our products. We designed our products. We took it back to Macy's. I did that about 3 different times. I got an order finally. I didn't know that of the 22 people, only 6 had gotten orders, and I happened to be one of them. It took 2 years, but I got it. So I was so excited. The bummer came when I figured out how you pay for this stuff. So you get an order, and then you got to pay for the order. So we were really sad because our order was actually not big enough to pay for itself. So that's that whole conversation, and I ended up my 401k. Yes, I did, because I couldn't find anybody else to give me hundreds of thousands of dollars to build an order for something that was much, much smaller. So we were hosting a home group. We had some church folks over to our house, and we said, before we were let go, can y'all pray with us that we get another order? Because right now we can't afford to even be in business. That's the most awkward issue, to have an opportunity with the largest department store, but not be able to afford to pay for the opportunity. So I finished my prayer, we adjourned, and my husband and I decided not to talk about anything for the whole weekend. The second day of that not talk about anything for the whole weekend, I got an order from JCPenney. I would love to do business with you. Please, call me. Yes, but I can't call you till after these 3 days, and I decided I wouldn't do anything. So I called her. She wanted to order immediately. She wanted everything immediately. And it was enough, just enough, like a couple $100 over of what we needed to actually pay for our order. So we were so grateful. What is the learning moment there? When you go as far as you can go, there's somebody there to help get you over to the other side. She was there. So go far, don't be afraid. If you can't see, keep going, don't be afraid. If you have no idea what's on the other side of it, go, don't be afraid. There is a hand on the other side. She was JCPenney. Her hand was really big. The biggest we had ever had. So we gave that order, got it done, we brought products in, We brought him to a friend's warehouse, because we didn't have a warehouse, I worked from home. Brought him to the friend's warehouse. That friend said, sure, you can use our garage for 3 days. We did. Products came in. And now, the interesting thing is our business is now located in that old warehouse. Isn't that the weirdest thing? I'm telling you, go far, go far, go far, go farther. So I had an idea. I went after it. I had passion. I fought for it. I kept pushing. I never gave up. I'm still not giving up. To this day, we started a business. We've opened a factory. I've never heard of it being done because I was 30 weeks pregnant. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But a factory, short version, that I had hired in Dallas to do my order for many, many large retailers. It was a 100,000 unit order, biggest I had ever had. And the factory goes out of business. 30 weeks pregnant. Y'all, do you know the face that you can have when you're 30 weeks pregnant and someone says, sorry, can't do what you said to them that you were gonna do? So short story, I called with my white flag, my pastor. Always have someone that you can call. Because I was tired of calling my husband because he was kind of like just as drained as me. So I called my pastor and I said, I don't know what to do. And that's how we got in the factory that we're the space that we're in. He said, you need to go start a factory. I said, Pastor, I'm 30 weeks pregnant. He said, go start a factory. Okay. So I'm going around in and out of my car, in my big car, and get out the car. I go look for different spaces. We find a space. It was a factory that was just so happened to be leaving right when we needed to start. They had started there and they had gotten so big that they had to move out. And they said, sure, you can be here. And I felt so good about it because it was exactly what I wanted to do. So we moved into that space. I didn't know how to start. It was a sugar scrub factory. I had never done anything. We talked about this. So what I did was I called that factory, who actually was closing. I didn't know that. I called to know how you were going to build my scrubs. How are you going to make these products? And they said, we can't help you there. And I said, no, tell me, how are you going to make these products? And they said, okay, there was this, there was this, there was this, there was this. And I said, can you give me the phone numbers to the people that you were going to go call? And I called every one of them. I had an assistant by that point. It was me and her. And we were on the phone. Okay, you were going to do business with them, but their business is closed. Either you get the deal with me or you don't do it at all. And by the way, I need 30-day terms because I cannot pay you no sooner than 30 days because I'm still trying to start this thing. They agreed. Go far, go far, go far. There's the other hand on the other side of that. So we brought in scrub stuff, glycerin, sugar, everything natural, jars. We had pallets coming in. The police were driving by because they thought we were starting some kind of something. They kept coming by, but you could smell sugars and lemons, and so they really were kind of like, what is going on in here? With this big lady, so I was pretty unassuming. Nothing, officer, we're okay. If you want to buy one, go to Ross, go to Burlington. Urban Intimates, Urban Hydration, buy us. And they're just kind of like, okay. So we started a factory. We got the 100,000 unit order out. Then I had my baby. We named her Faith because I needed it. I needed that extra hand. And my son would always say to me, that 5-year-old that changed my body to help me start this business, he'd always say, Mama, you got faith in your belly. I said, yeah, baby, I do. We named her Faith because at that same time, we were very, 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 very slowly running out of money. We had hired 40 people to run this factory, but some of the scrubs were upside down. I had the baby. I wasn't able to be on the line and manage the line. I had the baby. They were managing themselves, turning the scrubs upside down, turning the boxes upside down, turning pallets upside down, and delivering them. This was going on. So by the time I had the baby off my leave, I come back, all the products had met me at the door. 100,000 products got redelivered to me because they were bad goods. Yup. So stories like that, I have many. But the exciting thing is, at that same time, when I couldn't afford to go on, I did. I resold the goods, and they came back again. And I resold them again, and those came back too. To the point where my pastor just said, well, how many you need? I'm gonna give them away to the church. And this is a true story. And the church was kind of like, yay, random, but thank you, Pastor. And then I said, well, I'm going to do sugar scrub foot washing parties. So I started washing people's feet at church, saying, buy your scrub, because I got 100,000 of these things that I really need to sell. And I did the parties, and I felt like I was hustling scrubs, and people didn't want to buy them, but they wanted their feet scrubbed. And I was scrubbing. And we finally resold them at a deep loss. But we were able to still keep people employed. We were able to still keep food on our table. We had emptied our savings on I don't know how many times, but we were still keeping people employed, still keeping food on the table, never defaulted on any of our payments or our invoices or anything to anybody, because we had a dream. And remember that lady way a long time ago that put that burn in me that I'm never gonna leave this thing. She was still there, white flag in hand, but I'm still here. I think that's like should be a name of a book. White flag in hand, but I'm still here, because I was still here. I continued to work extremely hard. I pushed and I pitched, and I remember my pitch to Macy's, and I went and took that pitch to Walmart. Walmart believed in me. I am now still the largest fashion brand in bra cup size in Walmart. Remember that girl that couldn't count? I could count them numbers on that jack. I put that together. They're the largest retailer in the world, and they were willing to take a chance with me to start a brand new size that they had never carried before. I wanted to sell a G-cup bra in Walmart. I felt like a girl needed to be able to buy a G-cup bra for $14.96, and it should be cute. It should be darn cute. It should be this cute. And we did it, and Walmart believed it, and they sold it. This was my Macy's style that I took and I re-engineered it and I made it affordable. And we did a great run with them. We had some struggles along the way. People didn't know about the brand, but we pushed even the more. And just last week, we got our second opportunity with them next year. So we are a living, continuous testimony that if you have an idea, no matter where you come from, who you come from, what you come from, you can do it too. The neat thing about that statement is that was the last words that I wrote. Those are the last words that I wrote on that very large sheet back at home when I wanted to start the business. Be a doctor, be a vice president, be a president, run a foundation, be a president, start a business, empower women. You can do it too. I didn't know what you can do it too meant, but now I'm here to share that with you. You can do it too. Thank you. Please, any questions? Questions?
My question is,
Yes.
we get to take one home.
Ooh! Child. No, but I have 3 of these, and because you had a question, oops, I am giving you a gift from our company. I don't know how to get this to you. Thank you so much for your question. So we're available on our website. Remember that urbanintimates.com I spent $5,000 on. We're available at urbanintimates.com. We've got double D, triple D, G, and some H's available. Go there. They're affordable on crazy sales all the time.
You still have a factory here in Dallas?
Well, remember I told you, she asked if I still have a factory here in Dallas. Pray for me. Remember I told you when I came back from pregnancy that the stuff came back? Yeah, the products came back. So what we did was we had to close. We closed the factory. So I've been through opening and closing of a factory, of a skincare factory. Never ever seen it done before, but we've done it. We've started it. We had the opportunity to potentially open it back up, and I learned that wasn't my calling in life. That was not on that sheet of paper. So no, we don't have it anymore. Okay. We export and import our goods. And even learning how to do that, it was a phone call to a friend and to a friend and to a friend. So whatever you don't know, somebody knows what you don't know. And somebody's willing to help you. Somebody. I do have business cards, and I have another gift for that second question. Yes, you can go to, if you're interested in connecting or being mentored, because I'm a high believer in mentorship, go to psycheterry.com. Psyche is my full name, which you have in the pamphlet, Psyche Terry, TERRY.com, and just sign up. Send me an email there, ask me a question, or go to Psyche Terry at Facebook, ask me a question there. I will respond right there to your question. Just open platform to help as much as I can, because a lot of help was given to me to be here. She said she liked it.
So beautiful.
Thank you. This one, this is a 36 double D.
Oh, my size.
This your size? Look at her. You see, good luck with that. Now I told you that first round, I know you. So just love me through that gift. Don't yell at me. Don't be Facebooking me about that.
That's awesome.
Thank y'all so very much. I'm so pleased to be here, and I hope that something that I said today will take y'all to the next stage. Thank you.
Thank you.
And about Mrs. Terry, you guys really, she was great. She was excellent. And her lingerie, I hope you all don't mind, but as you can tell, I have a really large derriere, and she says she can fit my derriere. So I'm hoping when I go online and she can help me. If you're a large woman, she says she was large, get in there. Get Miss Terry busy. She really needs our help. And trust me, Dallas, we have some really large derrieres and bodies here in Dallas, Texas. And I hope I've did a great pleasure with Miss Terry. Thank you, and you have a great evening. Oh, her business, she started from the bottom and came. Yes, she was very inspiring. She was very inspiring. I mean, the lady that I was sitting next to, she's like, okay, we need to really get with her. So I got up. She didn't want to get up. I got up. And I did it. So Miss Terry is going to help me, hopefully, in my future, and get me in some clothes and underwear that I feel good about.
I found the presentation. Presentation very inspiring, and it was very encouraging, and it was very uplifting, and it was very informative in the fact that she had a lot of perseverance, and she showed through hard work that you can accomplish your dream. I found the information very helpful. Thank you.
Her story was very encouraging and would help anyone to overcome doubt or any obstacles that they would encounter in any dream that they may have. Pursue your passion is what it encouraged in me to pursue any dream I may have or passion that I have.
I saw her on Steve Harvey. I did not know she was local, and it's indeed a pleasure to be able to meet her in person. And I have orders for her.
Hi, I'm C.A. Ingleton, and I'm here at Cedar Valley College for the Women to Work Conference. I just heard Psyche Terry's presentation, the owner of Urban Intimates. It was motivational, it was exciting, and it was inspiring. The way that she told her story about how she had an idea, how she didn't know what she wanted to do, but she knew she wanted to do something, that she had a dream, a desire, that she educated herself, and that she had great attitude. The way that she shared her stories, all the failures and all the ups and downs, and the white flag that she waved over and over, and the people that just pushed her forward just a little bit. Just her determination and her belief and her faith got her to where she was. She totally inspired me, she totally motivated me, and she gave a great presentation. I strongly recommend that you go to Urban Intimates and that you listen to Psyche Terry when you have a chance.
Okay, Psyche Terry. If there's energy, enthusiasm, she has it all and more. All you need to do is touch her energy. She is just fantastic. I loved it. Her presentation was real. It showed you what you needed to do and how you could achieve it. And I just think she was one of the best of the day. Brought out a lot of doubts that I had when I came, of something that I have in my mind. And with her enthusiasm, it just helped me, present it to myself a little bit better.
I'm so captivated right now. I just had the wonderful opportunity to speak to Cedar Valley College. It's a college that's a part of the Dallas Community College. I'm bubbling over with gratitude and pride because I had the opportunity to pour into women's lives. I believe that these women are going to take what I just said and make a difference, an even bigger difference with the ideas that they were given, God-given. I'm so excited. This was fun. I can't wait to do it again.